Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 5 minutes past 9 on Saturday night. Back with a couple for tomorrow. I was out earlier for half the first half and all of the second half of the hurling match and a couple of pints. Powerful stuff altogether. Limerick were absolutely dominant in the second half. They really have their mojo back, as if it never went away, I suppose. But they were deadly in the second half. The Hurting Chokers will be a bit disappointed tonight. They were going to win the double. I was talking to several of them during the year, and they were going to win hurling and football, but they've nothing now. Money joking you. I had a good chat with a good man the other night about that on the coming home from the casino. Got off to a great start today with JM Jungle. He's one we can get again. He's only a 3-year-old. He's an improving sprinter because he's still as green as grass. Open mind. I said he needed 6 furlongs. I thought the finishing hill might suit, but Pat Dobbs, not for the first time, did not help us. He gave it a tug and pulled it back, and it was closing, but didn't even get in the money. And Tiber Flo finished third, but the other one is a better sprinter, but probably he just lasted for 5. Lordship again was very impressive. He's one we're going to follow again. I think that's going to be a group stayer. Done very well. We had Emily John, not the 3-year-old allowance, the £7 made the difference. I thought Buick didn't know the horse either in comparison with Frankie riding him before. Probably needs a bit of time, but we'll win on that again, I think. Maybe Q. Probably, I thought it was supposed to rain there today. The good Ferrum ground, it wasn't enough of a staying race for that. But Mount Athos didn't run. We didn't hit a Trixie, but we had a couple of winners. So we had a good enough week. I don't know, must have 9 or 10 winners in the past week, more. So on we go. Small bit of news as well. On my way back, this morning we were down for breakfast at 7:30 and the door was closed, and I couldn't understand. There was 2 doors into the restaurant actually on the first floor in the Trim Castle Hotel. 2 doors closed, and there was people inside at 2 or 3 different tables, and I was wondering, had you to be parachuted in, or how did they get in? So a fella came there and he opened the door to about 2 minutes past 7:30. He said, we don't open it late. And I said, that's no good to us. I said, we are heading for the airport. We'll have to leave no later than 8:15. He said, let you in. But I said, what's the point in letting us in if you haven't the pan on? I said, I'll give you breakfast. But they must have a new regulations or something on Saturdays and Sundays. The kitchen doesn't open until, or the restaurant doesn't open until 8 o'clock. The reason being, I found out from him afterwards, I was leaving, I said, I don't want to be smart or cheeky, but I said, why was that rule changed? He said they normally have weddings at the weekend and they don't come down until 9 or 10 o'clock. So they don't have, the staff doesn't have to come in for half an hour later. But only 3 out of 8, me and 2 more surfaced for the breakfast. They were out later than me last night. So we headed out of Dodge at 20 past 8, got to the airport just after 9, and away they went, 5 of them. Lynn and Don will be following the channel, and they're expecting they're going to have their first grandchild in October. Shannon and Stefan is expecting a baby in October, and they're staying in Dublin until Monday. So I dropped them off into a hotel, the highest there in the Liberties, and I headed home. So it was all a great trip, and I was very well looked after, I have to say. If everyone in the world was like that family, it would be awesome. So they had a super time, and they were all thrilled heading away. But the news as well for people listening to the channel. I booked a flight. News for you, Terry Woods, as well. I didn't tell you yet. You'll hear it like everybody else. Probably should have forewarned you. I booked a flight for 8:30 on Tuesday morning, heading to London, going over to see you. And I'm returning on, I think it's 5:30 or something on Friday, back into Knock at 7 p.m. So I'll probably meet you at some point on Tuesday. I'm not too familiar with London. I have to be looking at the map like you will, I suppose. But you told me that you live in Hartley, I think. So I was looking, that's about 40 minutes from Gatwick. I have an idea, maybe on, that's on Tuesday, maybe on Wednesday night or whatever. I might try and hook up with Terry and we might go live on YouTube somewhere and we get it pushed out that the two of us will be together, and he wants to get to he has a certain amount in his head, I think he was telling me, so I might be able to generate an extra few quid. And if we're live as well, I'll give the time the night before and people can be ready and you can place your comments, and I'll put a fella on standby that he can be watching them. I have a fella in mind over there. So any of you in London, I've one venue in mind, but I think it's on the north, and I'm not too familiar with the geography of London. So if I'm staying, or I haven't booked anywhere to stay yet, recommend some place to me, and I'll be able to check it out. If he's in Hartley, if I'm coming into Gatwick on Tuesday morning, I've nothing planned yet. So any over there that can help me out, I would be greatly appreciative and thankful to you. You're a good bunch. So for a change, the bus driver is looking for directions, not giving directions. So I thought it was something that came into my head today. I said, yeah, he sort of half mentioned it the other day, and I said, I'll do it. So decision made, ticket booked, and away we go on Tuesday morning. So there was a few telling me rest up for the week, but there is no rest. You got to plough on. Anyway, got to plough on as well, trying to take a few quid off the bookies tomorrow. There's a couple of that interest me. A couple that we won a few quid on before. Oh, before that, tonight, 10 to 10 for any of you that get there early. The Belmont Derby is on. We backed the winner of it, I think, last year, didn't we? It was one of the Dolphins, wasn't it? But the Foxes is running there tonight. It was 5th in the Epsom Derby. Oisin Murphy is going over to ride it. And anytime Balding sends over, particularly he sent over a few there to Canada, Toronto a couple of times. But it won over this distance or trip before in the Dante. And that's sort of rock solid for him. And I don't think it stayed well enough over the Derby trip the last day. If it runs to 113, it'll be hard beaten, I think. It's a 5 to 2, 9 to 4 shot. The Charlie Appleby and the boys in blue sends over Silver Knot. But that had a spin over there already, which was third to Callick. Callick is in the field again tonight. But I think the other one is better class. Now, just have a quick look at this race, the way they finished out, to see was it just a pipe opener or not. You can make up your own mind. This is a Grade 2 race. Pennine Ridge.
Outside is in fourth and moving up a bit. Far Bridge being pushed along here. Down at the rail is Silver Knot, and Belloni is at the back. 3/4 in 113. Callick and Freedom Trail. It's Callick by a neck. Freedom Trail on the outside. Lachey's is down towards the rail. Silver Knot is now moving up on the outside, and Belloni is out in the middle of the course. They're all chasing Callick, who continues to lead. Callick is in front, now by 3 lengths. Then comes Silver Knot and Farbridge down towards the rail. They are gaining on Callick, but they're coming for the finish, and Callick has done it. A front-running
There's a slow 6 furlongs, was in 1:13, so it suited. It was a well-rated race, I thought. Now, if it's a faster pace tonight, it'll give a better chance to Silver Knot to turn the form around with Caelic. But it should suit as well the Foxes. So it was 5-2 there earlier with 365. 2-1. 365 prices isn't up on this screen. I don't know why. Anyway, for any of the Yankee Doodle dandies that want to have a bet, that's on to tomorrow. There's a horse there that done us a good turn last year. Open Mind. I had picked out earlier. It was 8-1 or 17-2, in fact. But if you look at its all-weather form, 6 runs, 2 wins, 2 places, and it likes Chelmsford. It won in Chelmsford for us last year, 24th of September. I think we're back to that 6 or 13-2 or 6 is into 4-1, and it hosed up in a very good time. But that was his third run at the track. It had been second or third to Bear Profit over 6, and has won a maiden as well. I sort of disregard he seems to be better over a trip or over the Goo. Slight worry about the form at the yard, but I thought that might be worth an each way bet tomorrow. Similarly, with another horse that done us a good turn before was Queen Aminatu. It won, and it's better on the Goo as well. Where did it win for us? Won in Newcastle, and that'd be sort of a similar surface. Ran behind Sacred throughout the last one, but they were Group 2, Group 3 races. Tomorrow's a listed affair. We backed another Romance as well the last day, and it was second, but that was at 6 furlongs. But Queen Aminatu was a good finishing kick over 7, so I'd expect that to go well enough tomorrow. That was behind, remember that Jan Lapin or whatever his name is. Who was he anyway? Fudochi will tell us. White Moonlight, we backed him before too. But on the ratings, Queen Aminatu is 3-1 there with the green bouquet. That'd be a bet. There's Sligo on tomorrow as well. I'm going to go tomorrow. Somebody asked that question to me the other day, I think. I'm going to go, and I might get to Roscommon Monday before I go to England on Tuesday. I missed the last couple of race meetings in Roscommon. But a horse we backed last year, Mikey O'Sullivan is on it tomorrow, Red Ball of Fire. But he might be just smart enough to know the horse, because there was a couple on him before, and they weren't clued in, I thought. But it ran well in the stole the last day. Third in Sligo on the flat before that, and it sort of ran on. O'Sullivan could be the key to that tomorrow, because he's a smart enough book on horseback. Local trainer. He's another ride as well for the air tomorrow, but that show could sort of nearly wanting to win it tomorrow. And there's a horse as well, it looks to be geared up for a good run tomorrow, is Gavin Cromwell's Pont Audemer. It's raised 112 over jumps, but the last day it ran as an 82 rated horse on the flat in Ballinrobe. 80 and 40 be 120, so it is well handicapped. It won off 91 before in Limerick, and it hosed up actually that day. And it looks like that this was sort of pipe opener for tomorrow. Good ground suits, because when it won before, it was on the flat, wasn't it? It was a good run before. No, am I talking waffle? Anyway, I'd be hopeful that'll run well enough tomorrow. If there's anything else I hear or whatever fancy tomorrow, I'll put it up. Be an early night tonight. See you soon. Bash the bookies, over and out.